everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Danger Zone. I'm here with Strange Monkey. How you doing, Strange Monkey?
I'm good, Katie. How are you?
I'm well. So today we decided for our second episode, we decided to do a Halloween episode because it is spooky season.
It is definitely spooky season indeed, and I'm very excited. How about you?
Me too. I have some fun facts for y'all, and maybe we'll even get into like why we like Halloween so much, and it's just a fun little episode. So,
Cool.
what do you like about Halloween the most?
I just love how festive the holiday is. And everybody's always talking about how, it's more than trick or treating and whatnot because people have been celebrating this holiday for a long time. But I just love watching horror movies all the time and just dressing up in costumes and whatnot. It's just a really fun and festive holiday. A lot of people say it's evil and whatnot, but that doesn't matter to me. It's whatever.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't matter to me either. It's just a fun holiday to dress up, watch scary movies, or even watch just Halloween like kid movies or whatever. You
Yeah,
know.
it's a lot of fun. I'm always enjoying just decorating my house with a lot of different decorations for Halloween and just listening to Halloween music and all that. Just getting
Me
festive for the spooky season.
Me too. What's your favorite Halloween candy? Do you have a favorite?
Uh, Maybe not like a specific Halloween candy. Uh, any sour candy that's like Halloween themed, I like it. I guess.
All right, gotcha. Yeah, my favorite's candy corn. I really like the autumn mix that you can only get around this time of year. You can get candy corn all year around now, but autumn mix is like a mix of like little pumpkins and the candy corn, and then it also has like this candy corn that's like chocolate flavored or something. It's like the
I've
bottom of it's
seen
like
those.
black or something.
Yeah, that's another one that I like. Like candy corn is good. I don't know where people say it's terrible. Like you guys don't know what you're talking about. The candy corn is where it's at.
Well, I think it's because it's pure sugar, maybe. And a lot of
Yeah.
people don't like the taste of pure sugar. But to me, it doesn't really taste like sugar. It tastes like I don't even know. It's like a hard like like candy to describe, I
Like
guess.
a hard candy. Yeah, it's just like any other like piece of candy that you eat. It's I don't know. Maybe just some people just don't like the taste of it.
Maybe or the texture. You know, how some people are texture people.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. But I'll never understand it. I really enjoy it. Ever since I was a kid, I've always enjoyed candy corn.
Me too. Me too. What was one of your favorite Halloween costumes you got to dress up in as a
Oh,
kid?
I'm gonna say I was the leader of the Strangers back in 2018 when the movie came out, the second one, and I bought the
Mhm.
mask online and I bought a blazer and I got the plastic axe and I went to a friend's party dressed up like that. It was really cool. What about you?
That's awesome. One of my favorite costumes that I got to dress up as is I got to dress up as Belle from Beauty and the Beast, and that
Ah,
was really cool. And I was like 5 or 6 years old, I think. And then also as I got older, one of my favorite costumes was I was a witch one year and I was dressed all in black and had a black hat and everything.
was that like one of your early Halloween memories, like when you were younger?
Mhm. Yep.
Cool. I remember like first Halloween I got to celebrate. I was in kindergarten, and this was around the time Batman Forever came out, and I was Robin, and
Mhm.
that was one of my early memories in a costume because I remember like my mom got me the Robin costume, and my brother was Batman, and there's a picture of me like standing in the costume, like in the classroom with all my classmates and all that. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah, it's always a really cool and fun experience with like dressing up and just being a kid and just going like trick or treating and getting all that candy and then your mom's like, "You can't have it. You have to go to bed."
Yeah, it's like okay, you've had enough. You don't want to get sick.
Right? No, but she secretly ate it.
Oh no, you never know. Some parents could do that.
Yeah. She would secretly get her favorite candies and eat it.
Like they're mine now.
right? So since my nephews got older and my nephews are got older, and then my my goddaughters, we me and my brother, and then me and my cousin, we would take their candy and eat it.
Oh no. You guys are like, what's in here?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was fun. So, all right, guys. So we did a top three and some honorable mentions. I can't talk. Some honorable mentions, to like different different movies, Halloween movies that we enjoy around the spooky season, and then also I have some fun facts. So sit back and relax, and we will go through our list or talk about a couple of movies that we like and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
So um I'll just go ahead and go first. So my honorable mention, I'm gonna go with Hocus Pocus. I do watch that one every year. I mean, it's considered to be a Disney classic. It's a lot of fun, with the Sanderson sisters coming after the kids who lit up the black flame candle, and
mhm.
I remember when I watched it when I was a kid, I was like, man, this movie is so much fun, and I was not expecting a sequel to come out. I mean, I kept hearing rumors about it over the years. They made a sequel book, but this new one that's out, I look forward to it. Some people say it was good, people say it was bad, but it's cool to see a new one again.
I really like Hocus Pocus too. I don't know why people say they don't like Hocus Pocus. I don't understand it because it's just a fun like movie for the whole family to enjoy.
Yeah.
And um and it's about three sisters who steal children's souls, which is kind of interesting for a kids movie.
Oh God, yeah, that's for a PG movie. That was an interesting direction that they took.
Yeah, it is. And so I really like the movie. My favorite character is Benny, the like zombie that they bring back to life. He's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
And then also one of my favorite characters is Binks, because he's so much fun. He's a black cat who can talk, and that's really
Oh yeah,
interesting.
Zachary Binks. Yeah,
Yeah,
they turned him into the cat. He's a
yeah.
good character.
Mm-hmm. Um, and it's just a fun like movie all around. The second movie was all right.
Yeah.
I did watch part of it. I still have to finish watching the rest of it, but it was all right.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. Like it's all right, like it's watchable, but um, I think the problem is that a lot of people went into that movie expecting the same thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a different time now, and they not every sequel can recapture that magic um,
Right.
that an original movie put out years ago. So it is what it is. But I'm just happy we have another one.
Me
Um,
too. After how many years?
oh my God, it's got to be at least 30 years, maybe more.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do a sequel like in the 90s or even early 2000s, but they never did.
That would have been a great time to put it out, but it is what it is.
Right. That's what they've been doing with a lot of movies lately.
Yeah. So do
You
you
know.
have an honorable mention?
My honorable mention is I love Trick or Treat. I love Sam. He's such a cute little guy. It's a very underrated movie. And I highly recommend people check it out. It's basically about the legend of Halloween, and Sam comes after you if you don't believe in Halloween.
Uh-oh. I really like that movie. It is definitely underrated. I don't know why it wasn't released in theaters like it should have been.
Right.
And I think Warner Brothers made a huge mistake because you see how beloved that movie is after so many
Hmm.
years. It is basically a cult classic by now. And I love horror anthologies, and this is probably one of the best ones. Like, definitely a
Hmm.
top three for me. and
Right.
it's actually getting a release in theaters again because I think it had a limited release back then, if I'm not mistaken, but they're re-releasing it. Um, I think on Thursday or Friday because the Regal movies are putting out a lot of old films, so it
Oh,
should
that's
be
awesome. Maybe I'll have to go check it out in the theater because I didn't check it out. I actually just discovered this movie last year.
really.
Yeah, but I knew what it was because I went to Universal Halloween Horror Nights and they did the House of Trick or Treat. So I kind of knew what it was, but I just hadn't seen the movie until like
Yeah,
last
I saw that I think they had the scare zone when I went out there, and they had Sam. He
year.
had his little Halloween bucket, and I think there was a kid in a costume, and he moved his bucket, and it scared me. I was like, "Whoa,
All right.
that's
But Sam's just so cute. He has a little half-eaten lollipop, and he's all like a little burst sack
that's
bag,
funny."
but he's just so cute. And it's like such a fun movie because some scenes you'll see him, and then like one scene you'll see him up on the ceiling. You're like, wait, how did you get up there?
It's magic. He's basically like the glue that holds that movie together.
Yeah, he is. And he's such a cute guy, even though that he's scary and will kill you, but he's still cute, in my
A lot of
opinion.
people like his character. It's so good.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my top or my number three, and it's gonna be Terrifier.
I have not
Um,
seen that one, so you'll have to explain it
what?
to the people.
So okay, so this one is basically about these two girls that are leaving a Halloween party. They're kind of tipsy, and they run into a clown called Art the Clown. He's basically a killer. Um, and they go out to get some food, sort of to sober up from the party, and he starts stalking them and causing trouble, and they try to just ignore him and get away from him, and that's when a lot of bad things start happening. But it is a really good movie, and the actor that plays Art, David Howard Thornton, did such an amazing job portraying that role. And number two comes out on Thursday as well, and a lot of people are really excited about it because it's like a very highly anticipated sequel.
So is it
So
coming out in the movie theater?
yeah, it's gonna be in the movie theater. I don't know how long, but it's definitely coming out this week. So by the
Oh,
time this episode comes out, it should be in theaters already. But I'm really excited because a lot of people who have seen it already, a lot of movie reviewers are saying that it's very good. So can't wait.
nice. I will have to check it out. Maybe I'll watch it tonight or tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll watch it and do a review on it on my channel. So,
If you get a chance, there's also a movie called All Hallows Eve, which is another anthology movie. That movie is actually where Art the Clown comes from. That was
I
actually
haven't
like the
seen.
first. Yeah, it came out years ago before Terrifier. That's actually the first movie he appears in. Um, so that it would be All Hallows Eve and Terrifier and Terrifier 2. But this, um, the Terrifier movies, he's the focus. And in All Hallows Eve, there are different villains in that movie. But
Gotcha.
it's still a good movie.
Gotcha. So my number three is gonna be Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I love that anthology. Wow,
That's a good
maybe I
one.
have a lot of anthologies on my list today. Um, but I remember those books as a kid and like just being terrified of listening to those stories. And I actually thought they were real stories and everything like that. And
Yeah.
so basically what it is the movie basically follows the books and so each scene's like a little bit different, but it also evolves around this town and these kids, and it's just a fun Halloween movie.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, I was a little late when that movie came out. Like I didn't see it in theaters, but when the DVD and the Blu-ray came out, I picked up a copy and I really liked it because, like you, I also remember the books, especially the illustrations. They were very disturbing. and
Mm-hmm.
they just stayed with me forever. I was like, wow. And when it came out, I was excited because I really enjoyed the book. So it was definitely a really good movie, a very good anthology.
I agree with you. I highly recommend it. It's also like kind of under the radar as well, that movie.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of my movies tonight are under the radar, but that's why I like it. That's why I like movies that are like the underdog, underrated, because most people say, "Oh, I like that," or "I don't like that." So that's why I think it's underrated.
Yeah, there are a lot of underdog horror movies out there that revolve around the holiday that are very good. It's one of those things where you just got to dig deep for them, and you'll find some hidden gems for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. So what's your second movie?
My second one is Trick or Treat, because like I
That's
said, I think that one out of all of the anthologies, like that's
mhm,
number two for me, and number one would be Creep Show. But
right.
the Terrifier is just like I when it came out, I didn't even know about it. Like I had seen like a poster, I didn't know much, but I saw it like 10 years ago when I finally got around to checking it out. I was like, wow,
Mhm.
this movie is incredible.
I
So
actually just watched Crip Show about a month ago on Night Watch Zone's channel.
I love that movie so much. It's so good.
And I never knew the one video that he does for super chats is of Ed Harris, and I didn't realize that that was a scene from Creep Show.
Yeah, when he starts doing that thing when he's dancing or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I did the super chat. So whenever he does it, I just put "Don't Let Go" and then that song plays in the background.
yeah, yeah. And yeah. So I didn't realize that was part of the movie, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. What about you? What's your number two?
My number two, I'm going with Monster House. Have you seen that one?
That's the animated film, right?
Yes.
I don't know. I've seen parts of it. I've never seen it completely. That's on my list of movies to watch.
I highly recommend it. It's a cute kids movie. And it's just a fun movie. Basically what it's about is this boy, he lives next door or across the street from this house. And it's like haunted, and it becomes alive, and he gets freaked out by it, um and like the animation in this movie is so well done.
It looks really good, like the animation. That's what a lot of people say that that movie has fantastic animations. I
Mhm.
remember watching the trailer. I was like, "Wow, this looks really good." And I feel like by now it's already like one of those traditional Halloween movies that you have to watch every year.
I watch it every year along with Nightmare Before Christmas, even though that technically Nightmare Before Christmas is like a little bit of everything because it has every holiday in it.
Yeah, so it's like you can watch that one, during Halloween time or Christmas time. So it's like you pick and choose with that one.
I agree. And the same thing with like Coraline. I love that movie. It's a Tim Burton film, stop animation film, but it's so creepy, but it's so good too. I watch that every year too.
I've never seen that one. I've always wanted to. I forgot that it was a Tim Burton movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so my number one has got to be the original, the classic, Halloween, 1978, the best in my opinion. That movie, I saw it when I was a kid years ago, and I was just like freaked out when I saw Michael Myers for the first time in that white mask,
Mm-hmm.
talking Jamie Lee Curtis, and I was like, "Whoa, this is creepy." And the theme song is just
Mm-hmm.
forever like in my head. This is like when I first heard it, I was
Right.
like, "This is so
It
scary."
it made who John Carpenter is today. He's like one of the grandfathers or one of the fathers of slasher films.
Hmm.
Um, and I have to go with that. That's my number one as well. And no, we didn't peek at each other's lists,
Nope,
so
no. I mean, it's a masterpiece. Everything about it, the characters, the score, it's
hmm
just you would think that something like that would have been lightning in a bottle, but I don't see
Right.
it that way because the second one is just as good. But
Mm-hmm.
that, like you said, that made John Carpenter, in my opinion. Like that is
Mm-hmm.
his best film, in my opinion.
Right. I think also that and the thing were like his like greatest films of all
I would
time.
say
Like,
like, if I had to pick three, I'd say Halloween, The Thing, and Escape from New York.
mm-hmm. Those I have not seen Escape from New York, so I will check that one out.
If you have Shutter, I think it's on there right now.
Okay, yeah, I'll watch it on there. But
Yeah.
I highly recommend anything from John Carpenter or Wes Craven. You're not gonna go wrong, especially in the spooky season. If you
Hmm.
like slasher, because they're both like fathers of slasher or grandfathers of slasher films. I mean, like if you look about it, Jamie Lee Curtis is also mother's really famous for the scene in Psycho. So
Yeah.
like Psycho is a really good Halloween film. There's so many Halloween films. I could go on and on and on.
I mean, we could have made a longer list, but we would have been here all day talking
Right.
about
We
them.
would have been here all night and people would have been like, okay, I'm tired of you two talking. No, I'm kidding.
Like, all right, let's get out of here. This is taking too long.
Right.
So,
But here, do you want to hear my fun facts that I found?
absolutely, go ahead.
Okay, so here are some fun facts. Jack-o'-lanterns are comes from the Irish legend of Stingy Jack. So a legend has that Stingy Jack invited the devil to have a drink with him, but Jack
Cool.
didn't want to pay for the drink, so he convinced the devil to turn himself into a coin. Instead of buying the drink, he pocketed the coin and kept it close to silver and crossed his house, paving the devil from taking the shape again. He promised to let the devil go as long as he would leave the jack alone for a year, and that if the jack died, the devil wouldn't claim his soul. So after a year, Jack tricked the devil again to leave him alone and did not claim his soul. When Jack died, God didn't want such a conniving person in heaven. The devil turned his world and would not allow him into hell. So that's where the urban legend of jack-o'-lanterns came from.
I feel like this could be a movie. This could be
I
turned
know.
into like a short film or something.
Mm-hmm. So I just thought that was an interesting take on jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah, I never knew anything about that, like where the name came from or nothing. That's very interesting.
And then candy corn was originally called chicken feed.
Really?
Who would want to eat chicken feed though?
It's like, what candy are you eating? I'm just eating some chicken feed. It just doesn't work.
Right? So although many would argue that candy corn tastes like chicken feed, that's not how it got its original name. Created in the 1800s by George Rainier, it was sold to the masses by a confection company, now just Jelly Bean Co. at the turn of the century because corn is what it was used to feed chickens. The creation called chicken feed and the box was marked with a colorful rooster.
Wow. I, I just can't see it. I'm so used to candy corn. I just can't see it being called chicken feed.
Right? Can you imagine like back in the 70s or the 80s? Hey, I want. What are you eating for Halloween? I'm eating chicken feed.
It's like, yeah, I'll have a bag of chicken feed, please. What?
Right?
Doesn't make any sense.
Um, Trick or treating comes from souling. Having children dress up in costumes and go door to door like little dodgers demanding treats is some kind of weird. Like several other Halloween activities, the tradition can be tracked back to the Middle Ages and rituals of Saddam. It's it was believed that the phantoms walked the earth on the night of Saddam, and people would dress up in costumes to repel the spirits. As the Catholic Church started festivals of their own holidays, as like All Souls Day, the act of souling became popular, and the poor children and adults would go to door and dress up as spirits.
Wow, they've been doing this for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't know they were that went that far back. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. These were interesting fun facts I found. There's only 10 of them, but I mean, like, there's more lists, but I only wanted to do 10 because we didn't have really a lot of time. So,
Yeah. Well, those are
um,
all very interesting. Every now and then I'll look up like different things about the Halloween history. Like like I'll look up old photos of like people that went trick or treating back in the day to see like
mhm,
what it looked like in the 1930s or 40s, and I'm like, whoa, this is really
right. The most lit jack o' lantern on display is 30,581 feet.
oh my goodness.
According to Guinness World Records, the highest number of jack o' lanterns on display is 30,581 by the city of Keat, New Hampshire. In 2013, Keat requested to be lit up and shine as they broke the record for 8 times over since they attempted the whole lots of pumpkins. That's really interesting.
I think I've seen photos of that, something like that online. It was like a giant pumpkin.
That's really interesting. Some
Very
of
cool.
this stuff is really interesting about Halloween.
The stuff you find online about this holiday, it's unreal, but also
hmm
very fascinating at the same time.
And then number 5 is Halloween folklore is full of fortune telling and magic. Old English folklore about Halloween is full of superstition and fortune telling
Mhm.
that still lingers today, like bobbing for apples, avoiding black cats. One piece of folklore says if a young unmarried person walks down the stairs backwards at midnight while holding a mirror in the face it appears in the mirror will be the next lover.
No, for me that'll be like run. That means run. Just get out of the house immediately.
Right?
If you saw
Exactly.
The Exorcist, you would understand. She's coming down the stairs backwards or whatever. Like,
Right?
I'm out of here.
Um Number 6, Day of the Dead should really be called Days of the Dead. This is actually a really interesting Halloween thing because this is part of a Mexican heritage,
Hmm.
I want to say.
Yeah.
So Day of the Dead um takes place on October 30th through November 2nd in Mexico. A few other Hispanic countries also do it as well, and it honors the children that died and family members that have died, and decorating graves with baby's breath and white orchids. On the second, the families honor the adults who have died and place orange marigolds on the grave sites.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of different like statues and decorations
Mm-hmm.
revolving around that holiday, and I believe that's where it comes from originally, from Mexico. You see it all the time in movies and in shows and all that, different types of
Mm-hmm.
things in pop culture. Different types of imagery and
Right.
graffiti and paintings and whatnot. So that's
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the reason why they do it, it's very interesting. So that has been around for a long time.
Right. Yes. And also if you watch Coco, the Disney movie Coco,
Oh yeah.
it also shows the Day of the Dead and how they celebrate the Day of the Dead as well.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that movie. It's a really good movie. It has really good songs if you like uh Disney music and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Um this one a lot of people know. Michael Myers mask is actually a William Shatner mask. the
Yep.
classic.
That one, when I found out about that one, I was just blown away. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that is pretty cool because they had to improvise.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think they were going to go with a clown mask originally, but they went with something else. And I think the reason they got it was because that was the cheapest mask in the store. And everybody knows that they dyed the hair, painted the face white, and opened up the eye holes a bit more. And they just took the sideburns off and adjusted the hair. And that's how it became the Michael Myers mask.
The caption on this picture of William Shatner says, "Well, we're pretty sure that Michael Myers never asked to be beamed up."
That's
It's
pretty cool. It's Star Trek.
the classic 1978 horror film Halloween became especially recognized in just one image. The psychotic Michael Myers and his iconic pale face mask, without a doubt, is one of the chilling look that has stuck terrors into hearts of partying teens and slasher flicks. The movie was actually filmed on such a tight budget that the crew used the cheapest mask they could find, a $2 Star Trek Captain Kirk mask. They spray painted it white and rushed the eyes holes, like slashed the eye holes, and making it William Shatner look incredibly creepy.
Yeah, like that's. I saw that. I think it was on a documentary that they did on AMC. I think it was called Backstory, something like that, revolving around the first movie when they discussed that. And like I said, it was really fascinating when I first heard about it. I was like, wow, that is
Hmm. Well,
incredible.
back then, a lot of movies had to be low budget. There are still a lot of movies that are low budget, but back then, a lot of people didn't have a lot of money to make films.
Hmm. And the Halloween was basically an independent film that became very successful, and I think that was the most successful independent horror movie for a long time until the Blair Witch Project came along.
Right, I agree. And now it's a a classic and a cult favorite now.
It's a
Halloween.
masterpiece. Yeah, it's a very good movie.
Um, Halloween originated from an ancient relic festival.
Yeah, I've heard.
According to History.com, the Halloween we know today can trace the roots back to an ancient collectic ended of harvest festival of Sodom. During the time, people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off the evil spirits. I knew about that.
I think Dr. Loomis mentions that in the second movie,
Tezzy,
but he made it sound. He makes it sound so disturbing, and like people are looking at him like, what the hell is he talking about?
right? I can only imagine. Um, This Dita Ross has a hilarious tradition called Boggers Night. I've never heard of that. The night before Halloween, young children and Dita Ross in the streets of Boggers Night. According to an article, the event begins around 1938 as a way to prevent vandalism and give younger children safety way to enjoy Halloween.
Oh, okay.
So it's basically back in the day, like the Mayflower, like that day, like it dates to that.
They were trying to keep people safe. I've never heard of that one before.
I haven't either, but it's new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The White House is haunted. I did. I
I
did
didn't
kind of
know
guess this.
that. I mean,
Um.
that house has been there for so long.
Mhm. Spirits roamed the halls at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The United States' most famous address had several reports of ghostly appearance, eerie sounds, and that's not even including the election years. The common ghost sightings is of Abraham Lincoln, who has been spotted by the First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, Queen. I can't. I can't even pronounce the name. She's from the Netherlands. Sir uh, Winston Churchill. Paranormal guests include Andrew Jackson, David Burns and Abigail Adams.
That is pretty creepy.
Can you imagine just walking the halls and seeing like George Washington or Abraham Lincoln or JFK or something?
J- uh, Abraham Lincoln been like, I'm just checking in on things, seeing how the country's doing. Like, well, Abraham, we need you right now.
No, didn't you know he's hunting vampires? Oh, wait, wrong,
Oh,
wrong,
I
wrong, wrong. Abraham Lincoln.
forgot about that movie.
Anthony Mackie's in that movie.
Is he really?
Yes.
I have to rewatch that movie. It's been a long time.
I just had to make that funny joke. I just had to
That's
make
funny.
it. I just had to put that in there. But anything else you want to say about Halloween or anything, or what are you doing up on your channel for this month or anything?
Well, I'm gonna say it's the best holiday ever. But during this month, I basically do something called Strangetober every year, where I just have like a series of movies related to Halloween or whatever. Um, so I've got Terrifier 2 review coming out, Halloween Ends, and of course there's this episode of The Danger Zone. I put out a short film that I did with my friend Moby Lee on the first called Happy Birthday, and that is going to be on. It's going to be in a movie called Tapehead 2, which my friend Dustin from 3B Video. So that's going to be in that movie, just like playing in the background. It's a slasher movie. So it's going to be really cool. And I have a Halloween special coming out for my series called Horror Freaks. And I have a Halloween special that I have so many this month. And at the end of the month, it's going to be it's called the Zombie Apocalypse Halloween Special. I shot it back in April, so that's coming out. So that's basically what I got going on this month so far.
That's awesome. I can't wait to check it all out. This month I have the Halloween extravaganza on my channel, and
Oh, cool.
also I will be doing Creators Corner with a few creators that I know and a few friends. That's about all I have going on this month. I hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe to Strange Monkeys. Subscribe to Popping the Popcorn.
Yes.
And I hope you guys have a great spooky season. Love you guys.
Take
Bye.
care, guys. Thanks for watching.